It's been a wild day. It's been a wild one. As most of you know, Dougie has asthma and he had kind of a bad day today. He's okay, but it was just a little rough and I just wanted to be with him. But he's doing better now, so let's do a tutorial. This is the look I want to recreate. She's so pretty. Look at her in this little beauty mark. Too pretty. Too pretty. That green is stunning. Let's do it. We're going to start with some eyeshadow base. I'm just going to grab my clean canvas. Honestly, sitting here and just repeating those words feels so calming. I find such peace when I do makeup. It just relaxes me. Just saying that and just feeling this brush on my eye, everything just melts away. I accidentally swiped over to a filter, and I have not used a filter, even for pictures or anything fun, in forever, and it dagnab scared me. Whose lips are those? Okay, enough of that. There we go. So I want you to notice that I am going to put a little bit of the primer here on my lid, but I'm not really going to worry about it. I really want to focus most of this primer from my crease to my brow bone. I'm actually going to grab a Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil, and I'm going to run this through our crease. Okay. It's not scary, I promise. Stay with me here. Stay with me. You stay with me because my daggone brushes do not stay with me. They run away. Hang on now. There it is. So I'm actually going to grab my E27 and I'm going to blend this into the base. Sometimes when you use pencils instead of eyeshadow, especially these pencils. Now I will say a lot of times some pencils won't blend as easily, but pencils add a really cool kind of pro look to eye makeup. Now don't worry about it because nothing is set. I have no powder on this. Just blend this out. I'm actually going to film my foundation off camera today because I gotta film it for a brand. It's a blessed life. I know this looks terrifying. Please. Please, there's always a method to my madness. So I'm going to grab this shade right here from the Mario Master Mattes palette, and this is an E29, and I'm going to go ahead and just tap that. Tap the wrong side. I'm out here doing a tutorial late, don't even know how to use a brush. And we're just going to go ahead and tap that right above. You can see it start to smooth. Remember, this is the first time powder's going on here, so this is going to go ahead and set the base, set the eye pencil. There we go. Now it's all making sense again. Now you have that kind of cool but warm look going on here. Very smooth. It was actually really easy to achieve. Like I said, using a pencil, it does give a different effect. And it's actually really easy. That was pretty easy. Just kind of tapped it out. Now it's all nice and smooth. Now she does have on face tapes, which tend to pull the face back, but I don't really wear those. So what I'm going to do is, first of all, I'm going to show you how I'm holding my brush. Everything out here is set now, so if I want to kind of just pull my brush and just kind of angle this upwards, I'm just using whatever's left on the brush, and just doing this will add a little bit of a lifted effect. And remember, once everything's set, you can pull your brush, but also these bristles are on another level of soft. So not only are they really gentle on the eye, but you're not going to mess up your base and they're not going to scratch and move everything. That should do it for right now. Once we get our foundation and concealer on, we could kind of continue it, but that's good for now. Now to the fun part. So we're going to grab this Artist Color Pencil, and remember there is base on our eyelid. We didn't want to set that, but we need this one as our base because it's the perfect emerald shade. What I am going to do is I am going to slightly blend it out just to make it a smidgy smidge lighter than what it is. You'll see in just a second. I'm going to grab that same brush that we used to apply that first eyeshadow base. Now remember, this doesn't have to look perfect. Also, I got a little wild. Let me show you how to fix it. Grab some handy dandy micellar water. I'm going to grab my C30. I will say, I know I talk about the brushes a lot, but they were 2 years in the making and they're pretty fantastic, and they're really my little problem solvers. So I'm going to take that, and because it is so sharp, it's not going to move it around too much. So we'll just kind of loosen it first, and then I'm wiping my brush off on Sheila. Sheila's just a towel. And look at that. So I kind of loosened it, and then I removed it. You're so fantastic. So we were gonna add a little bit more eyeshadow base on top just to kind of lighten it just a little bit. We want it to be green, but too dark and it might not pick up. That's perfect right there. So it's just barely lightened. We're also kind of smudging the edges. But I don't want it to come up too far right through here. Need to add a little bit more eyeshadow base. I can go a little bit more in depth when I don't do my foundation on here as well. There we go. Now it seems that she has a little bit of a dark eyeshadow. I'm gonna grab this one on an E27. She has a little bit of a dark eyeshadow just kind of through here. Just extending it. We'll have to clean it up and just a little while underneath here, but I definitely see that. Are y'all ready? I don't think you're ready. I wasn't ready. That. And it's from Moira Cosmetics. Another Lucent Cream Shadow from Moira Cosmetics. This is the shade Mercury. Okay. So I just grab it right here on an E28 and I just kind of drag it on the lid and then I'll just pack it on. Look at how gorgeous this is. It's spot on. It's spot on. So now we want to make sure that we just cover all of the base. We're going to clean that up in a little while. Don't worry about that. But we want to make sure that we're just kind of feathering this. And the word feather, I'm just lightly pressing it where I want it. I don't want it to be too pigmented. I want it to kind of start to fade. So I use very, very, very light tapping motions. And sometimes I'll even kind of push the brush upwards. She has on a wing liner and I love it. So I'm going to do a wing liner. I know y'all love the swooping, so. But look at the precision with this brush. We have some lashes here. These are also from Moira Cosmetics. I've actually never worn their lashes, but this is the style Goddess of Destiny. I did trim them. I have a lash video on IGTV. It's actually pretty recent. Oh, that's pretty. In her picture, her lashes are a little bit more flared on the end. This is wild. I'm getting wild. I'm gonna grab some glue. I grabbed this one from Lava Lashes. I just lost it. I had a glue and then I lost a glue. This one right here. It's this is a very fast drying glue and it's a little tacky and I don't really like the way it kind of gets stuck in my lashes. So I'm only going to use it for this, but all I'm going to do is just kind of set this down on that lash. And it's just going to give us a little bit more oomph. And then once it dries a little bit more, I'll kind of pinch it together. Just cut off the end of a random pair of lashes. I didn't want to use the ones that I loved. And I'm just brushing the glue directly onto the lash. I rarely use this kind of glue, but we needed it. This look needed it. I decided that I can film the brand content tomorrow, but early. I never put off my brand content, but I'm doing this for you. And I'm also going under here to find some foundation. So she has on some pretty full coverage foundation there. She's got a lot of highlight and contouring going on. It's late and I don't feel like doing that, but I am gonna grab a more full coverage foundation. This one is from MAC. I love this formula. So I normally don't wear MAC foundations, but this one in particular won me over this year. I actually bought another one. Okay, wild. So we're gonna work this in with our Anissa Beauty Pinnacle foundation brush. That's satisfying. Look at the match. I'm telling y'all. So normally MAC, they don't have a match for me, but this one particular foundation combined with this brush, match made in heaven. By the way, I did prime. I kind of already primed before I got on though. So I used this as primer. So it can be in your skincare routine. But for me, I love to apply it on the outer perimeter of my face before foundation, especially these types of foundations. Anything cream to powder or a powder foundation, this. We're gonna grab our Beauty Creations concealer, shade C6. And I might go a little bit heavier handed today, just to kind of go with that vibe she has. This is me going heavy handed. I try. I'm gonna grab my Anissa Beauty Angled Concealer brush. And she actually has a lot more eye detail going on, but like I said, we have to finish and set everything before we can finish all of the eye detail, the extension here. And I'm gonna show you. In fact, I'm not gonna go too much more into detail. I don't want to lose any more slides, so I really want to show you some really easy ways, especially if you have sensitive eyes, to kind of extend this. But I'm filming a TikTok as I'm doing this. I used this here from Cosmetics. Okay, right? That looks so aggressive. And then I grabbed this brush right here and I just tapped. Look how beautifully that blended. You saw it, I know you did. Now I do want you to notice that I'm doing this before, okay, I just love educating too much. Okay, so I have no powder on my face, right? A lot of times you see makeup artists, celebrity makeup artists, they will contour and then they will cover it with foundation. For me, I always felt like I lost that. So you'll notice that I put foundation on. So whenever I'm getting extra spicy and I want extra contour, but for me, I can't leave my contour, my brush is running away. I can't leave it this unblended. So I kind of do what I see other makeup artists do. And remember our foundation brush, it's gonna have quite a bit of foundation left in it. So what I'll do is I'll kind of go over the edges and I do the same concept, but I do it with the foundation already on my face. And I feel, I'm gonna do one side of my face so you can see. Let me finish blending this. I feel that it just kind of leaves what I need it to leave. I have that definition, but it kind of tones it down. But I still have that nice sculpted look. Look at this. You see that? It's the little things. I'm about to set underneath my eyes, and I'm actually gonna go film another TikTok really fast. I'm just filming a blush. Michaela has me wanting to try that NARS blush, the liquid one. I feel like I tried it 100 years ago, but it was ahead of its time. So I'm gonna go ahead and set my under eye, and then I'm gonna hop off and film that and be right back. I'm using my Givenchy today. Spicy. I'm back, and my story fam gets to know what the blush is. I tried this one out. I saw Michaela try it the other day, and I was like, yeah, I feel like this blush was kind of ahead of its time. I really feel like the formula, we weren't into this kind of glowy, dewy blush as much when it first came out. We've been into them a little while now, but when it first came out, I remember like, oh, what am I gonna do with this? At least that's the way it was for me, but you know what, story fam? That's pretty. This took me, I think, 3 seconds, okay? So, the trick is, you need an angled bent liner brush, okay? And you don't want gel liner, you don't want pencil liner, you don't want any kind of liner. You want black eyeshadow. This one's from Natasha Denona. It's called Black is Black. And I'm gonna pick that up. And notice that I'm going in my tear duct. Again, this brush is so soft, it's not going to irritate your eye like what you might be used to. And then we're just gonna extend that. Pick up a little bit more, extend it. Now, this is also a really major tip. Do I love this concealer underneath my eye? No, but do I still use it every single day? I do. And the reason why, it's a very dry concealer. Now, that means it's going to be excellent for cleanup work, because I always say, makeup is mostly about knowing how to fix your mistakes, and this concealer is the perfect consistency for fixing your mistakes. So we're gonna grab this on a C30, and I'm gonna grab it right on the tip. Remember, this one's very, very sharp. And I'm just gonna go right underneath here. And look at that. Sharpen that up. We're still gonna smudge underneath here, so don't worry about that. So So I grabbed the pencil that we first started with, and that's what I have underneath here, and I'm just using that E26 just to kind of buff it out. So she actually has a red waterline, which is kind of cool. So I grabbed this Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil. This is the shade Full Red. I think I might grab a burgundy one. Hers looks a little bit more red than that. I grabbed another Artist Color, perfect. This is Free Burgundy. These two mixed is perfect. Okay, another Artist Color Pencil. This one is the one I use all the time though. This is the shade Endless Cacao. Just kind of do a rough outline. Then I'm going to throw on a lipstick. Then I grab the lip pencil again and just kind of start mixing it with the lipstick and perfecting the lip line. In the picture, she seems to have something really sparkly on her lips, so I'm going to grab this. I haven't worn this in a minute. This is from Jouer Cosmetics, and it's their Skinny Dip Lip Topper, and it was the business back in 2016. It's so sparkly. It's so pretty. If you don't have it and it's available, it's definitely worth adding to your collection. And there you have it. I'd say that eyeshadow is pretty close. Her picture, it looks a little enhanced. That's a very nice way to say it. But I will say this isn't enhanced, and my goodness, it looks real close, real spicy. I'm really glad that even though it was super late, I still got on here and did a tutorial. Why is it 10 p.m.? I'm out of control. I love you all so much. I'm going to post a little mini tutorial for this tomorrow, or maybe the next day. Probably tomorrow. Y'all are the best. I hope y'all enjoy makeup as much as I do. It's very fun and it's very relaxing. Alright, I love you, and I'll see you tomorrow.